old t-shirt because I cannot find tissues anywhere. I don't know if I'm in focus or if I'm even in the middle or whatever. But hey you guys, it's me, and I've been having issues. Like it's just been a lot. And I know that this channel, I feel like a lot of people's like YouTube channels, it's like very positive and out in the open. And for me, it's kind of like this mixture, and it tends to be like kind of on the negative side. And part of me doesn't want it to be that way, but it's different. And there's a lot of things that kind of just lead up to why it's a bit different than, I guess, like a lot of people that I watch and stuff. And like, I don't know, yesterday I just had like a breakdown in the shower. Like it just sounded like, oh, I just had like a bath, and I was just like kind of like sitting here like this kind of a thing, you know, and I just had some thoughts. Like I mean, I usually do anyways, but it was just like a lot of information, kind of just to process at once. And I didn't know how to go about it. Like I was just in full tears, and I kind of just sat there and was thinking, and I'm like, I don't know exactly 100% what to do. And I wanted to just, I feel like there's like always this like pressure on your chest, because for me, I don't say a lot of things out loud. I don't even write things down anymore like I used to, and then just because I feel like this fear of people finding me out, and when they find out, it's just like a lot of like, it's just like, I don't know, it's like sometimes you just don't want to tell the world or anything, or you don't want to tell somebody because you're afraid that they're going to judge you for who you are. But sometimes getting that stuff like off of your chest, it is an immense pressure kind of off. Yes, it still bugs you, because over the summer, I'm like already starting to tear up, and I really wish I hadn't. But I had a few things. Like there was like this one regret that I've had for over like 10 years now. I finally just spilled it out like afterwards. Like it wasn't like supposed to happen that way, and it wasn't to like a complete stranger, but it kind of was, because I honestly hadn't known this person for like more than a few days. And I just said it, and she's like, I think it's a relief for you, because it's just this, like, it's like a little kind of like just like things that just like something that I kept for like I never really told anybody, but there was just to get it out there. I think it's helpful. Yeah, I still have that regret. I don't think I will ever regret. I mean, I will never lose that regret. Like I don't think I'll be able to ever forget it. It's just something that I will constantly have. And then there's a lot of things that happened over the summer, and it was just like a lot. But yesterday it just got me thinking about why I'm still where I am. And it's just like, I don't know, like this past week I've just been being bombarded, and I hate going to people's homes and having people come over, because they always ask you questions like, oh, are you still in school, or like, you know, what are you doing with your life, kind of a thing. Not like what you want to be when you grow up, but now it's like, what are you doing? Are you still in school? Like, are you working? Like all these questions. And sometimes I'm just like, take a step back, and they're like, and then personally for like, you know, family and stuff, it's like, well, you're not even doing what you should be doing. Like this isn't enough. You're not going to make it anywhere. And it's just like a lot of pressure. And I have that pressure from myself in general, and then having other people like put that on you, it's like a lot to handle. And I'm gonna take a quick break here, and it's just a lot. And for me, I just was like, it just took a toll, and it's still taking a toll. And I figured I would explain why. Hold on. I thought I would take a step back and explain why I'm kind of stuck where I am, and why moving forward is so hard. So when I was younger, like probably 7 or 8 or something, I moved homes. It's like a draw my life kind of a thing, but it's not really that. But it was different, and making friends was not, it's never been the easiest thing for me. So it wasn't a big deal, but you know, it's just like a new start, a new play beginning. And give me another second. It was like a new beginning. It was completely all over. I don't even know if I'm in focus anymore, because this camera is like half out, half in. So we'll find out. So please bear with me if it is out of focus or if it goes in and out, because I can't tell. I did a pre-recorded video, and it showed that it was going in and out of focus, and I'm like, I can't control it. So thanks, new phone, you're amazing. Yeah, so there was that. And sorry. So back on track was, I did that. And so you know, I didn't really go outside a lot, but when I did, it was just, you know, to ride my bike or go for a walk or something. But I do remember this one day, like I was pretty upset, and I know exactly. I was at my parents', and I know which parent I was at too. But I kind of ran away from home. Not exactly, but I stomped out and I went to the end of the street. And then I came back because I'm like, this is stupid, blah, 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 blah. I was like 7 at the time. And so going down the street was kind of a far thing, because especially like, it's a very distance. And then I don't know if it was a week, a month, or like a year later, but I remember it was like, it's right on the same, like, when weather was like still summer, and I feel like it was like a week later or something. I got mad at my parents again. So I decided I was gonna run away from home, and so I don't remember if I walked there or if I'm pretty sure I took my bike, but I took my bike and I went to the end of our like subdivision, and I just sat there and I waited and I thought things over, because I was just like, do you really want to do this? Is this, you know, like, you know, if you run away, you know, you probably aren't going to come back, and will you survive? Kind of like a thing was thing. And for me, I mean, you know, I was 6 or 7, you know, like 7 or 8, 7, 8. I think I was 8. And it was like a lot, you know, it's like just to take it in. And I'm like, you know what, this isn't it. So I came back home and I decided to have a hunger strike against my parents, because I'm like, I'm not eating, I'm blah 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 blah, and I was like, I just went to bed hungry, and I was like, I was done. And I still remember this, but I made a list of when I do run away, these are the things that I need to have when I do. And for me, running away has always been the backup plan, wherever I go. And like, it's even today, I'm sorry, running away has always been that backup plan. And if anything ever wants to go wrong, I'm like, I always ask myself, do you want to run away now? Like I take back, like even yesterday I was like, are you ready to run away? Are you ready? And for me, my brain always says no, but my heart always says yes. And this is where I struggle. And it's kind of been that way my entire life. I'm like 25 now, and it still sucks. You know, I made it, so going back, I made this list of all the things I needed, which were, of course, a vehicle, because, you know, I needed something, but I wasn't going to take a car because, you know, gas and whatever, and they can pretty much track you a lot easier. I was going to just take my bike because I was a bike rider back then. I still kind of am. I love to bike. I can go, you know, miles without any issues. But I knew this, and I was like, everything I've got to take with me has to fit in a backpack. So clothes and cash. Cash was my thing. I need to have enough money to survive for a month. I have that money now, but which is probably why I don't know if you guys ever, how many people actually watch this video, but for me it's like, it makes sense now. But you know, it's like cash, and it's like you can't use credit cards because credit cards are traceable and you don't want to be traced or found out. So when you run away, you run away. For me, running away meant starting something new, completely new, from scratch. You didn't have to worry about anything or anybody. It was just you starting from scratch. Nobody knows you, and it's just, that was it. That was like my thing. So money, clothes, and transportation. Of course, there was that food thing, but that's where the money could possibly come in. So those are my things that I needed, and going back now, those are still the same things that I need if I was to run away. However, whenever I am down and about and I feel like, so concluding that, years later, I guess this is how I should start actually, it's like a mismatch thing. So from there I made that list, and then from that list it's kind of how I decided of where I was going to go to college, how I was going to go there, and everything. So I had, you could say, a 20-year plan when I was 8, but like, you know, so it was like all planned out, like exactly what I was going to do, how I was going to like live, and it was just, it was like what I needed by the time I was like 20 or 25 or something. And to be honest, it's not anywhere close to what it should have been. But when I was, I think in 7th or 8th grade, I decided I was going to be a pharmacist because that's what I was going to go to school for. It was the shortest amount of time I had to spend in school. I could move away if I wanted to, and I would make an okay amount of money, and from that I would be able to have all the things that I needed to start for fresh. So I did that. I finished, you know, high school with a great GPA. I got into a college. I ended up going to college 3.5 hours away because for me it was a step away from being at home and being, it was a step towards that running away process of just being on my own. I didn't have to move 3.5 hours away. I could have moved an hour away, which is actually where the school that I wanted to go to was like about an hour away. But that didn't happen because of me having to live at home, and I didn't want to do that. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to take this other scholarship and just move about 3.5 hours away from home. So I did that, and after my first year I came back home because although I was still doing pharmacy, like pre-pharm, I figured I was going to actually take much longer of a time, and I didn't want to go into the debt that probably would have put me there. And I kind of regret that decision a little bit because although I could have changed careers at that point, I did not, and that was probably a big mistake. And then I came back and I went to the school that I actually graduated at, and it took me a while before I realized pharmacy was not for me. It took, of course, some experience and everything, but I decided that that was not the career. And everyone's like, well, you know, my parents are like, you know, you should figure out something out because, you know, you can't just do this. And there was like other things. So I was like, okay, fine. And so my parents were bugging me about doing nursing, so I went into nursing school. I got in, I did my first rotation, which was on the obstetrics, so mother and baby, and I did not like it. I said, no, this is not for me. I had never held a newborn since that day. I still remember the first newborn I held, like at least the image of it, and I don't remember the name or anything, but I was scared for my life. It was just a very uncomfortable feeling. I was 21. I had never held like a newborn, so it was like completely new. And so I was like, okay, fine, whatever. So I got out of that, and that is actually when I started this YouTube channel, was after I dropped out. It was kind of like a dark time, but not completely. So I was like, all right. And then I just needed to finish my degree because a long time ago, I think when I was right around 8th or 9th grade, my parents were like, well, you know, you can do whatever you want when you grow up, but you have to go to school and you need to get a job. You need to graduate is basically what they said. So I graduated. Many more years later. So actually when I should have graduated with my doctorate in pharmacy was actually when I was finishing up my bachelor's. And so it was like, it's been a whole mishmash. And now I am here without a career and it's just a mess, and it's like, I have no idea. And for me, because I don't know exactly what I want, I know what I want, but I don't know what I want, and I'm okay with just hopping here and there and everywhere. But a lot of people who I know, and hold on, sorry, I don't mind jumping from job to job to job. Yes, I know I can't afford it my life, the rest of my life. I can't live off, I got paid back loans and everything. I have to be able to at least support myself and the lifestyle that I want. And although my lifestyle may not be super grand or big, the job that I have currently cannot pay for even just the basic necessities that I need to survive. And so for me, going back to school is probably the best option. However, going back to what school it is, I'm not 100% sure. So there is that issue. And whenever I make these little decisions, I always get a backlash from a lot of people. They're like, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? This probably isn't the best choice for you, and blah, 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 blah. And that is when I'm usually following my heart, is when I make these decisions. However, my brain is usually in agreement when I'm making most of these decisions. There are times where my brain does not align with my heart. Career-wise, this would be where both the brain and the heart are like, yes, this is doable, like where they both kind of come into the middle and they agree with the terms. However, when they don't agree and I have external forces like other people who put into that opinion, my heart goes in one direction and my brain goes in the other direction. And finding that thing always leads me back to that question is, are you ready to run away now? Or are you ready? Like, it always goes back to that one question, which is, are you ready? And are you ready to start your life anew? Are you ready to run away and just forget everything? And every single time, my heart says yes, my brain says no. And it's just a struggle, and I don't know how to go about it sometimes, and it's literally why I'm here. So when I make YouTube videos, it's kind of like that mixture of where this heart and brain kind of align, and they have, sorry, their conflicts kind of mismatched, I guess, but it's in the sense where the brain is agreeing more towards the heart. So when I post these videos like this one, it's heartfelt. the brain does agree with it and the heart is just letting it go, kind of a thing. So for me, I figured I would change a little bit of that. I want to be a bit more happy because when I am out in public, I am this very happy person, and I just, because I'm like, you have to have, life has to have a balance. And I think that is why you have this heart in the brain thing. So when I'm out in public, I am very happy, I am excited, I have like a bunch of energy, and when I am alone by myself right here, which is probably why you see like the very sad side of me, because I don't express that. I have the recoil of it. So I put all that energy out, and then I need to balance it out, and I become a little sad and, you know, meh kind of a thing. And then my brain and my heart kind of have these like little weird clashes. So I am, and this year, 2018, was supposed to be of me loving myself, figuring things out, doing a little bit more of what the heart wants. And so I figured I might as well. And for those of you who are subscribed, which is about actually 26 of you, it was like 25 a couple days ago, and now it's 26. For those, or even the random people who aren't subscribed and who do watch these videos, if you would like to maybe answer a few questions, whether or not I should follow my dreams, like follow the heart and follow the dreams, or if I should go the reality way and follow my brain and what other people say, let me know down in the comments. And part of my heart is like this. I searched a while for this little pin. It's actually a heart like this. And I wanted to make one of these as, you know, just a product, and then if anybody needed, just to hand them out. But I never really got into the process of, I did research, except a lot of it was using credit cards and something and other resources that I don't have. So I was like, okay, fine. So I bought this one for myself, and I kind of want to, make one of these as well as other things, and kind of just hand them out and make other people happy. And I may not be the best at advertising or putting myself out there, but I'm going to a little bit more. And if you're great, thank you. If it's not okay, that's okay too. I don't mind. But I figured I'm going to make myself a little bit happier. So for the next 6 months, while I'm still 25 and while I still have about 3 months left of 2018, I am going to make the most of it. This is just like a little promise to myself, and I promise to myself that everything that I have on my bucket list I'm going to complete. It may not be the easiest route. I will definitely fall into clashes. I will probably cry a lot, but and I'm going to try. I was going to take a break from this YouTube and making videos. I actually filmed last week, and then I decided not to post it because I was like, you know what, no, about me taking a break from YouTube, and just until my 25th. And as much as I thought about doing that, I figured, you know what, no, this is something that I do like to do. I do like to make videos, even if it is a mesh of me crying or just buying random things and showing them to myself and whatever. It's me, it's my journey, and it's the way to document things because, you know what, I like to document stuff. So we're gonna follow my heart. The one thing I really want to do by the end of this year is, of course, to bring my BMI down. I want to be better at my health. And so for me, losing that weight, an extra 15 pounds, because I did gain the 5 pounds back from my 20 pounds, I want to go back and I want to lose an extra 15. 15 is probably where I want to do, and once I get there, I'm good. And I want to maintain it, and I want to become toner, I guess. It's like have my arms a bit toned. I don't want flabs kind of like everywhere else. So health is definitely my #1 goal. #2 goal is to finish writing a book. I've been wanting to write books forever, and for me, just getting one and done and putting it out there is good. I have a couple ideas. I have 2 books that I really want to put out. One is a personal thing, which is like kind of like just thoughts and quotes and poems that I've kind of composed in my head, but I've never really gotten the chance to put it out on paper. I do want to put that out there. And then one just like a funny story, not really a fun story, but like, you know, like a fairy tale or something that I love to write. I love creative writing, so I do want to put that out there as well. So there's that. I want to also travel. I did take a little personal trip, but I want to be able to do that. And I think depending on, I'm going to probably do that for my 26th birthday for sure. And so we're going to call it great and awesome. I want to finish everything on my goal sheet, which is I want to make enough money so I can pay off, I can go into back to school without having to pay loans. I live with a parent, so that should be pretty easy on the savings account part. So me spending more money on things that I don't probably need is probably going to go down to a much more minimum. So I do want to do that as well, because I know a master's costs much more, even if it's not as many credits. It's probably costs about the same, because I mean credits are almost double. I mean credits are half, but the price per credit is almost double. So you're basically paying almost for another bachelor's degree, but half the time, half the credits, same amount of money. So I want to do that without going into debt. So I'm hoping it's great, and I'm going to listen to my heart a little bit more, and I am going to I'm going to get creative. I had these pens. I have like, not merch ideas, but I guess like what people do on YouTube is they have merch. I do have ideas, and if you guys would like to, I guess I should probably post it on my Instagram, but not my random weird Instagram. I will put it here. It's called its.a.bits. So I'll put a little thing right here. And then I can probably even put a link down. But I think that's where I will start putting like these little craft projects. So if you guys would like to buy them, or would you like me to ship them to you, then let me know. But I think that's like what I want to do. Even if it's like not for anybody else, it's like for me. I always have these ideas, and I never can put them into like tangible things, and so I think that's also what I want to do. So those are a few of the goals that I want to do, and I guess I should have a YouTube goal. And one of my YouTube goals actually that I did in the beginning of the year was to have 30 subscribers, and I am about 4 away from there. So I guess in the next 4 months, 4 months, hopefully I can get there. So if not, you know, it's okay. But I guess that's my YouTube goal, though I don't really care too much for subscribers. No offense, I do, but like I know a lot of people, they count and they go to other people's channels and like, please sub back, or I sub back. And I mean, I guess I could do that, but I don't know. I want people to sub because they want to, not because I told them to or because I said so, you know. Just because for the fun of it. For me, it takes me a while. Like I have to watch a person's videos and actually enjoy them before I decide to subscribe, and sometimes it takes years, sometimes it's like a couple days. It's very wishy-washy, and so it just depends. And I don't want people to subscribe because I said, hey, subscribe here, or you know, like click the bell here to be notified and stuff. So I don't want to just say that, because you know, it's a personal thing, and if you don't want to, then you know, you don't have to. Yeah, so there's that. And then I kind of want to make more food, so cool. Alright, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, I do appreciate it. And thank you for going through all the tears and this weird up and down journey of the heart and brain, I guess. So we are going to have a great time. I hope. And I hope you guys have a great one too. I will see you guys hopefully soon, hopefully next week, for a new video. Because I do have a story time, and it happened yesterday, and it was, I saw a goose. No, not a goose. What's the gobble gobble? A turkey. Yeah, a real turkey crossing the street yesterday. Like, we were driving to the mall, and it was amazing, and it was just